So in this lecture, we will study about the clinical study report and its subsection in detail. So previously we discussed that 5.2 subsection contains tabular listing of all clinical studies. Little bit about this section. A tabular listing of all clinical studies and related information should be provided. So whatever clinical studies or related information you are or going to be providing in the given sections like 5.3 and all, a tabular listing of it should be mentioned. Okay. Other information can be included in this table if the applicant consider it useful. So you can use the clinical study. तो आपको tabular में बताना ही है study reports के बारे में. बट अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसी studies है या कोई ऐसी information है which you consider, the applicant consider useful, it can also be included. And the sequence in which the studies are listed should follow the sequence described in section 5.3. So ये जो section हमने ऊपर पढ़ा कि पहले बायोफार्मास्यूटिक्स को लिखना है, फिर फार्माकोकाइनेटिक, डायनामिक, safety, efficacy, then CRF and all the 7 sections. If I'm not wrong, there are a total of 7 sections. Yes, that should be followed in the same order in the tabular listing as well. Now, use of a different sequence can be noted or should be noted and explained in an introduction to the tabular listing if you're using a different sequence. Now let's move on to 5.3, that is clinical reports, clinical study reports. So इसमें जो पहला वाला point हमने पढ़ा था subsection, that was reports of biopharmaceutical studies. So BA studies, basically BA क्या होता है? The rate and extent of which a drug reaches a site of action. So BA studies क्या evaluate करेगी? It will evaluate rate and extent of release of API from medicinal product, from the drug product to the site of action. So rate and extent evaluates the rate and extent of release of the active substance from medicinal product. And comparative BA और BE studies में use PK, that is अगर मैं बात करूँ comparative BA/BE studies की, तो उसमें क्या यूज़ हो सकता है? फार्माकोकाइनेटिक डेटा, फार्माकोडायनामिक डेटा, क्लिनिकल डेटा, या फिर इन विट्रो डेटा, whatever that's happening in the lab, in vitro dissolution endpoints. So comparative B और BE studies में use PK, PD, clinical और in vitro dissolution endpoints and maybe either single dose or multiple dose. So when the primary purpose, अगर उस assessment का या उस study का primary purpose है, primary purpose of a study is to assess the PK of a drug, कि हम pharmacokinetic assess कर रहे हैं, but also includes the bioavailability information. The study report should be submitted in the section 5.3.1 जो अभी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. अगर उसमें बायोअवेलेबिलिटी की भी इंफॉर्मेशन है बट उसका पर्पस क्या था, इट शुड बी इंक्लूडेड एंड रेफरेंस इन सेक्शन 5.3.1.1 एंड और 5.3.1.2. तो अब ये क्या थे? 5.3.1.1, प्लीज रिकॉल, दीज वर अबाउट, हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? बायोफार्मास्यूटिक स्टडीज. तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगी? रिपोर्ट्स ऑफ बायोअवेलेबिलिटी स्टडी रिपोर्ट्स. Simple BA study reports, if you recall it. BA study reports. So BA studies in this section should include studies comparing, any study that is comparing the release and systemic availability of a drug substance from a solid. ठीक है. BA studies in this section include if your studies comparing the release and systemic availability of the drug substance. It's comparing it कि मेरे 2 ड्रग हैं, इसमें से इसका रिलीज इतना है, सिस्टमिक अवेलेबिलिटी इतनी है, नेक्स्ट वन हैज सो एंड सो. या फिर ओरल डोसेज फॉर्म टू सिस्टमिक अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द ड्रग गिवन intravenously. So if there was an oral dosage form and you want to study the systemic availability of that particular dosage form when given intravenously, or if given as oral liquid dosage form or dosage form proportionality study, dosage form proportionality studies, and food effect studies. So food effect studies means what is the effect of different kinds of food on the bioavailability of that drug. फिर आता है 5.3.1.2. So that is comparative BA and BE study reports. Studies in this section compare, obviously यहाँ पे तो प्योर कंपैरिजन की बात होगी, रेट एंड एक्सटेंट. अब बायोइक्विवेलेंस का मतलब क्या होता है कि 2 सिमिलर ड्रग्स का जब आप कंपैरिजन कर रहे हो फॉर रेट एंड एक्सटेंट टू विच इट इज प्रेजेंट एट द साइट ऑफ एक्शन. सो द बायोकेमिकल सिमिलैरिटी ऑफ 2 और मोर ड्रग्स दैट शेयर द सेम API. ठीक है, सेम API है, तो द बायोकेमिकल सिमिलैरिटी ऑफ 2 और मोर ड्रग्स that share the same API and desired outcomes for the patient. So indication is also the same. So 2 products are considered to be bioequivalent when they are equal in rate and extent to which the API becomes available at the site of action. Okay. So it is the term used to assess the expected in vivo biological equivalence. What it assess or what does it evaluate? The in vivo biological expected in vivo biological equivalence of 2 proprietary preparations of a drug, and if 2 products are said to be bioequivalent, it means that they would expect it to be for all like all that intents or purposes are the same. So basically when 2 drugs are bioequivalent, then especially in case of generic medicines, bioequivalent means they are therapeutically interchangeable with the comparator, that is having same therapeutic activity with the reference drug, and therefore the safety and efficacy need to be proven through clinical trial, because if the generic and comparator are bioequivalent, safety and efficacy would be the same for all. So this is why the comparative B and B study reports. अब इसमें क्या क्या आता है? Studies in this section compare the rate and extent of release of drug substance. Rate and extent क्या, किस चीज़ का? Rate and extent कि एक drug substance कितने rate और कितने extent पे release हो रहा है from similar drug product. सो दिस इज कंपेयर किसका करेंगे, एक चीज़ का दूसरी चीज़ से ना, तो ऑफ सिमिलर ड्रग प्रोडक्ट. एग्जाम्पल टैबलेट टू टैबलेट, टैबलेट टू कैप्सूल. सो कंपेरेटिव B और B स्टडीज में इंक्लूड कंपेरिजन बिटवीन. नाउ what could that comparison be of the drug product used in clinical studies supporting effectiveness and to be the marketed drug product. Secondly, drug product used in clinical studies supporting effectiveness and drug product used in stability batches, and similar drug products from different manufacturers can be used. Now, next is 5.3.1.3, and that is in vivo or in vitro correlation. In vivo, in vitro correlation study reports. Now, talking about this point, before talking about this point, I just want to say that अगर आपको मेरी language fast लग रही है, then you can slow down the language by, obviously you all use YouTube, तो आपको पता होगा कि आप top right corner पे settings पे जाके you can slow down the speed. Sometimes I speak super fast, and if you can look at the videos that way. Secondly, if you have problem in understanding my language, pronunciation or anything, or you're not comfortable with the language English in general, again you can go to the setting option and click on captions. So you can put on captions. I have tried it on a lot of videos, and these are the captions provided by the YouTube itself. It's not my captions. So some words might go here and there, but in general 99% of those words will be perfectly written on your screen. So you can pause, you can rewatch, you can slow down the speed and put on captions, take screenshot, you can download the video, you can save the video, add it to watch later, turn on post notifications for updates of further videos, and obviously you can share it in your study groups. A lot of people aspire to study these. I did not had this content given so easily on me, and while I was making such videos, when I used to search on YouTube, there's not a lot of, at least Indian YouTubers, who had made videos on such topics. So there might be more knowledgeable people and experienced people than me, and I completely agree with that. But not a lot of content is out there. So a lot of foreign videos will be there. Not a lot, few, and they'll explain just a summary. In a summary form, they'll just explain it, nothing in detail. But I always teach it in a way where, when मैं ऐसा पढ़ाना चाहती हूँ कि if I would be the student listening, I should get sufficient knowledge, especially if I'm gaining that knowledge to increase my skill. So it should be a value added to your skills, not a waste of time. So I'm not looking for a time waste here, and I'm putting up a lot of efforts. Behind the scenes is not visible, so you don't know. A lot of times these contents are paid contents. So if you're doing a regulatory affairs course from anywhere, it is going to cost you minimum on an average 50,000, 40,000, 60,000 for under 1 year. I'm not even talking about 2 years. 1 year ka hi course ka, if it's a 6-month course, then 40,000. If it's 1 year course, then 60,000. 65,000. Exam fees and all is different matter. If you're taking clinical research pharmacovigilance course, then जो cheapest है वो 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 से start है up till 1 lakh. I don't want to name the institute, but they take up to 1 lakh, and the content is same everywhere. Just the style of teaching differs, and sometimes little bit more amenities would be added in the one giving 1 lakh, although the concepts are pretty similar. And you know what? Let me tell you a secret. We join these courses because we want to gain certifications, and because we want a defined course, because we don't know where to jump if we want to study vigilance and all. I'm going off topic, I know, but it's important for you to understand. So if you Google these people also, out of the 10 things they will teach you in a day, hardly one thing will be based off from their own experience. Other than that, all the matter is available on internet. You should be able to understand that matter on your own. Research, like search on Google itself, you'll find 100 different articles on a particular topic. If I'm saying phase 1 clinical trial, oh my god, the amount of articles, official and unofficial, you'll get. So there are guidelines also. Schedule Y guideline you can go through. There is E6 guideline also you can go through for clinical research and pharmacovigilance. So my thing is that they are not telling you anything practical. And if you're teaching for free, then it's understood. But if you're taking thousands of rupees and lakhs of rupees from student, and you cannot provide your experiences to them, what they do is they put up a PPT slide, and they literally, some of them at least, literally read out the sentences. and they explain it and re-explain it based off that, nothing else. It's a 1 hour class. All these online classes, whether any course you take, it's a 1 hour class, and they want to finish this course by 3 months or 1 week or 1 month, or they have a defined period, right? Predefined period. So there is no such thing called as doubt solving sessions. And you might think that you are the only batch who is trying to study from them, but in reality, they have many such batches. So they'll not even remember your name. There's no student teacher interaction as such. So that is the case. So this content which you are seeing is for free. Okay, I can say that confidently that I'm giving you the best material out there, because I have literally searched when I was studying. Okay, what is there on YouTube? Nothing for free is given. If you want to learn all this, you will learn. And one day, you know what happened? Where did I started doing it on my own? That one day I was attending some seminar or someone's class on a particular topic related to these only, clinical research and drug development and regulatory affairs, and I missed a little bit, like I missed half of the lecture, but I had the presentation slide, so I had the literature, and because I didn't heard the lecture, I was not able to figure out what should I do, like how should I understand this. I googled it, I work hard, and I read 10 different articles. I jotted down points in writing of all those 10 different articles, and then the understanding that I had on the topic, it was better than the understanding given by the teacher itself. And that is when I realized, oh, this is the reality. So this is like the marketing scheme that they have applied. These certifications are very lame, and anyone can provide them with whatever cost you wanna, whatever cost they demand. And there is no job placement guarantee. That much I can guarantee that there is no such thing as job placement guarantee. No one takes the theka to feed you and give you the bread and butter. There are exceptions, although there are also larks, but majority of the cases, I'm talking about 90 to 95% of the students who have done this course has not been able to find jobs, और अगर उनको मिलती भी है, so that is on their own caliber. It's not that the institute provide them with a job with this thing known as 100% placement guarantee, without like a throw or without like a catch. So my agenda is that, you know, at the end of the day, I never would want my video to have 10,000 plus likes or something like that. But since I am also sitting here and want to earn out of it, but YouTube doesn't give you a lot to earn. I'm making this video because I like to teach, and I really like to teach things that I know students do not have access to that much. My only request is that you share this video, okay, within your friend circle, and you subscribe, because you know I didn't started this with the agenda of like, oh my god, I'm gonna have so many subscribers and I'm going to be rich. But whenever someone like, you know, even one view is increased or one subscriber is increased, it motivates me to put in much more effort in my videos and again publish another video. So the least you could do for the free videos is you can like, share and subscribe. Mainly share with your friends who do not have access to such classes, and let them review. I am also a beginner in this thing. I am not an experienced person in teaching. So whatever and however I learn, I just blabber it in front of you. Okay. Lot of background noises, lot of rough writings, lot of editing mistakes might be there. So feel free to write constructive criticism on the comment section. If you have any doubts, we can communicate through the comment section. And mainly share this video with anyone who is in need of it. So continuing with our point, this was needed to be said, so I said it. I'm sorry. I hope if you have listened to this far, I hope that you know, since you are such a genuine person, you achieve whatever you want to in life. Thank you. So